Nuggets are 4 seed bound.
See how you just flip flop.
Yes, the Clippers are 3rd seed bound, while the Nuggets are 4 seed bound. And you know where the Lakers are? Playing bound. You know what I mean?
It is really crazy. You surprised me. You really surprised me. You flip flop more than a fish out of water.
Don't do that. Oh shit!
Like, come on, man. So now the Clippers get a big win. Now all of a sudden, that
I knew they were going to get it.
matter of fact, hold on. Let me check.
It was tough though. It was tough though, but they did it.
Yeah, it was tough. Raptors did come to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got Van Vliet back, so he was gonna show up. And plus, they trying to fight for a playing spot.
Wow, what a fall from grace from winning the championship to now fighting against it. Oh man. It goes from winning championship to going to the bubble and not living up to expectations to now they fighting for spots against the play. Oh, thanks a lot, Florida.
I was about to say Toronto, Canada, Tampa Bay, Florida. Oh yeah. Maybe when they go back to Toronto, if they go back to Toronto for next year, maybe it'll be a little bit different.
Yeah, man. Maybe
we'll get our old Raptors back.
Exactly. Because they did not look good this season.
Nope. But they looked pretty good last night though.
Yeah, man. You want to talk about one backcourt dog replacing another backcourt dog. Like a one night for the against the Lakers is Kyle Lowry. Now the next night is now just like the person we alluded to, Fred VanVleet, who had it just straight up cooking a double on the night, is just scoring at will, finding ways to get to the basket. We already know how much he could shoot, and then just assisting on his teammates, making the right passes, and that's what he was doing.
You said what you said about Kyle Lowry?
How Kyle Lowry was balling one night against the opposing team in LA.
Okay. I thought you said Kyle Lowry was balling last night. I was like, huh?
Nah, not last night.
Okay, good, because he wasn't playing. But yes, he was balling one night against the other team in LA, the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, FVV balling against the Clippers. Yep. And not only him, Siakam had a good game as well.
Yep, until a little bit of that cold spell. Nothing.
You such a hater.
I'm not hating. We just stated facts.
No, you want Siakam to fail.
No. We just stated facts.
You dislike Siakam.
I do not dislike Siakam. Did he have a big second half?
But you're happy that he lost.
No. No.
Be honest, bro. Be honest. You're happy that he lost. It's okay.
No, I'm not happy that he lost. I really like Siakam, I really like the way he has developed. But let's be honest, he didn't have a big second half. Sorry.
And to your discretion, you're happy. You're happy that he did. But hey, it's okay. You don't have to say it, but I know the truth. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. But PG.
Yes, PG.
PG-13.
Yes, PG-13. Look at, man, we don't got to say much. Skill for skill, he's up there. He was balling out during this game. And this was a close game, and he came up big on both ends of the floor. Offensively, defensively, taking charges, pulling his body at will, getting buckets, of course, getting to paint, drawing fouls. He was doing it all, especially when, your star running mate is kind of like looking non-existent as of recently.
Whoa.
Wait, where are you, Kawhi?
Kawhi was a little quiet last night. He didn't have a bad game, just a little bit quiet.
Where you at, Kawhi?
But come on, man. That's the 2-time Finals MVP you talking about. Defensive Player of the Year you talking about.
Again, I'm talking about the facts. Where you at, Kawhi?
So now you want Kawhi now. Now you hate him. Right, you just really on a roll, huh?
Oh no, bro. Look. Oh, LA our way. Where you at, number 2?
LA our way. Listen, man. Yes, Kawhi didn't have a strong game last night, but he's Kawhi. He have faith in him. He'll be fine. We fine.
I know he'll be fine. I know when it comes to playoff time, he's gonna show up like he usually always does. And let's be honest, man. I haven't all these teams doing so well, such as the Suns, the Jazz, and stuff like that. I haven't really heard much about. And I know because they've been on a losing streak a little bit as of recently too, until this game last night. But I haven't heard much about people talking about them arguably making the finals. You keep hearing about the Lakers talking about if they're healthy, what they could do, and then you talk about these teams coming up like the Suns coming up in a way, and then when you go right into the Eastern Conference, of course you got 3 main teams that we're gonna allude to later, and it's like I don't hear much about the Clippers nowadays. What's going on? Why nobody bringing them up?
I don't know. I think it's because of the Clippers. So the inevitable is always bound to happen. Not just because of anybody on the team, just because of the Clippers.
Yeah.
Of course, the stigma on Paul George. That is another reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they've been. I kind of, now that I think about it, yeah, they haven't been talked about as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're like. It's hard to say. I don't really think they're like being cast aside though, but at the same time being cast aside a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm just
hard
saying.
To put into words.
I'm just saying, like, as a recent, I haven't heard much about the Clippers being potential favorites to make it. Like, I keep hearing about the Lakers. I keep hearing about these up and coming teams such as the Suns and the Jazz and stuff because of the strides that they made. But and of course you talk about the dark horse teams and stuff because of the improvement that of what they're making as the season has progressed. But I'm just like, the Clippers are the 3rd seed, and I to be honest, I would really like to see, even though the Lakers versus the Nets is a big thing, I would really like to see the Clippers versus the Nets, to be honest. I would really love to see that matchup.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that. I mean, that'll be a really good matchup. Kawhi, KD, PG, Harden's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the supporting cast of both teams. You got Rondo, Pat Bev, Ibaka,
Yep.
Terrence Mann. On the other side, Jeff Green, Joe Harris, DeAndre Blake. It's not a bad matchup. It's not a bad matchup. First, both teams got to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, the Clippers kind of got to do their part.
Yes, they do.
Because if the Nets are healthy, they're clearly the favorites.
Yeah.
The Clippers are healthy; they are in the mix.
Yeah, especially after what happened last season. Yeah.
That's why they're not talking about.
I'm just saying.
And that's why they're not talking about. You wondering why? But yeah, there was a big win against the Raptors. They take back the 3rd seed.
Yes. 3rd seed bound.
Alluding and talking about the Brooklyn Nets. They had a big game against the Bucks in their rematch from Sunday's game.
Yes.
Different game, Same result.
Yes, different game, same result. Let's talk about the losers a little bit. Because they did keep up. They did keep up
They had
for
a big third quarter, Kyrie and KD.
KD and Kyrie. It was the KD Kyrie show in that third quarter. The way that they was just getting bucket after bucket, it was kind of tough on the Bucks defense because they know what to do with those guys, but who really knows what to do with those guys when they have it going, especially with the ball in their hands. Also Mike James, he came up, he contributed well. And one thing I always like to allude to, right? I know we like to talk about KD versus Giannis because those are the two best players on each team, right? But let's be honest, that duel between Griffin and Giannis, like it's like whenever Blake and Giannis go at it, it's like some kind of animosity there. Like it's some kind of like animosity, hostility, or whatsoever. Because it's just like whenever they go at it, they really hate each other. It seems like it may not look like it nowadays, but they really still hate each other as if they going at it big time.
Blake and Giannis.
Yeah, Blake and Giannis, man. Like it's like whenever Blake is guarding Giannis or Giannis is guarding Blake, like they have a vendetta out for each other. I don't know if it's because of when Giannis swept Blake or something like that way back, but it's just like their matchups. I'm not gonna lie, like even though they ain't huge, whenever they're guarding each other, it'd be funny to watch.
Yeah. I like to say Giannis won the matchup in the fourth though.
Yes, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Well, Giannis would have won any matchup in the fourth because him, Middleton, Holiday, and the rest of the Bucks team, bro, they couldn't be stopped in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, man.
It was an 18-1 run. 18-1. Nets couldn't do nothing. This your Nets team? No, let me stop. But yeah, the Bucks just went surging in that fourth quarter. The Nets couldn't respond on both sides of the ball.
Yes, oh man. The Nets were in a dry spell. The Nets were in a huge dry spell for how would you say, like up until the second minute left in the fourth. They were in a dry spell, which again, just like what you said, the Bucks had it rolling and they didn't have it rolling, which is something that you see in the league constantly, especially in situations like these in which the moment one team has it going, for some odd reason, the other team has a huge dry spell in which it's hard to come back from. And that's what the Nets face. Surprisingly, the Nets faced this.
Mm-hmm.
By having KD and Kyrie, they face the fact of not being able to score a bucket for a good amount of time. And yeah, let's be honest. Again, up until that second minute left in the fourth quarter, then that's when the Nets started to get a little bit back into it. But it was, in my opinion, too little, too late.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. After 18-1 run, it was slow for the Nets to get back into the game.
Yeah.
Slow for them. But yeah, credit to the Bucks team. They played great. And with their win, they officially clinched the playoff spot. And also, they're only a game and a half back from the Nets in the second seed.
Well, I was
second seed bound. Nets third seed bound. That's what you say, right? Why you not saying it?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's a 3-6 matchup between the Nets and the Heat. Your hot take is looking good. Your hot take is looking good.
Hold on. Well, they can still drop to the seventh, especially with their loss to the Mavericks last night because he wasn't playing. So
why, JB? Why wouldn't you play that game? What the?
yeah, out of his control. Out of his control. It was Jimmy Butler we're talking about. I'm pretty sure if he was available to play, he would have played.
I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy's so hilarious though.
Well, yeah. Bucks, they surging right now.
Yes, they
going
are.
through it.
But hey, look at the regular season is important, but if you can't get it done in the postseason,
and that's what Giannis has said previous times in the post game.
Mm-hmm.
Regular season doesn't matter. Their seeding doesn't matter because they've been here, done that. They've been the best team in the East for the past 2 years.
Exactly. And we have seen a lot of teams who have done good against certain teams in their conference in the regular season when it comes to matchups in their conference. But the moment they face each other in the postseason, it could always be a totally different story.
Yep, postseason is a different animal. It's a different game.
Exactly.
But yeah, why did the Pelicans try to turn off the lights on Curry?
I'll let you talk about it towards the end.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
And I think it worked.
Yes, it did work because you want to
after that, Curry didn't do shit.
Let's talk about it because you want to know why? Lonzo did that.
Lonzo Ball.
What a bounce back. What a bounce back.
I should have shit like Lonzo.
But one thing for sure, I'm not apologizing to this Pelicans team, even though because I chose the Warriors. I chose the Warriors last.
Yeah, and you laughed at them and you embarrassed them. Apology.
No, I'm not apologizing. I'm not.
Why?
I'm not.
Lonzo.
It was okay. I'll apologize to Lonzo. I'm not apologizing to that Pelicans team. Yes, look at. Let me tell you something. Look at they turned off the lights on Curry. He didn't do shit, but still, most of the game, the Warriors were still sticking in, and the Warriors had to leave for parts of this game.
Yeah, you're right.
But
and then. They said, that was game over.
Yes, they turned off the lights, and then Lonzo came alive again. Lonzo came alive again with the lights off too.
Not really. Lonzo was balling in that fourth quarter. He was really balling.
Yes,
and he struggled with the previous game, and he came back surging this game, and they needed that.
Yeah, man, they needed that big, and the thing that I like about Lonzo is you see how much better his game is now flowing just because of one simple improvement, which is just an improvement of just on his shot, which is he didn't change he probably changed a little bit of mechanics, but the thing is it wasn't more about needing to change the mechanics, but shot, it was more about confidence and just releasing it better. And I think because of somebody who used to be on his team, i.e. JJ Redick, that's the main reason why he has more of a confidence shooting the ball. And you can see he feels more comfortable with getting his shot off. And as a result, he's hitting it more. He's gotten it better. And you can see how now with this improvement, how much of his game opens up because he could do what he was always doing before in terms of being a willing passer, playmaking, facilitating, just to find the right spots, having that high IQ, along with playing great defense. But now, for the fact that since he has become better, he's not a threat yet, but he's on his way to being a threat. So now people got to pay more attention to him at the perimeter.
Yeah. And that's why he's really been a bright spot for this Pelicans team in a down year. For them. But hey, they get this win. Curry had 35, and then they shut the lights off, and he had 2 points after. So hey, they get a big win, a much needed win, and you look at the standings, they're only 2 games behind the Spurs.
San Antonio.
Spurs can't do that.
Spurs can't make that happen. Pop can't make that happen. Pop will not let that happen. Let me tell you something. Pop refused to make that happen. And let's be honest, it kind of been 3 games back or whatsoever if Ben Simmons never tipped in the ball and they never blew a 32-point lead, they kind of been 4 games away. But hey.
That's their fault. 1, yes. How do you blow a 32-point lead? 2, box out.
Exactly. So now it's time to get it together. But so you know what Pop is going to do? Pop is going to put them through some aggressive, extreme, crazy stuff. Just know that. He gonna get them prepared for this.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. What else happened around the league?
Oh yeah, the Cavs kept up with the Suns.
Yeah,
Cavs.
trying to trying to play spoiler to that one seed.
Yes, man. Look at man. You know, the Suns are battling it out for that one seed against the Jazz. Like, you know, it's always flip-flopping each and every time when we look at the standings. But yeah, man, this young Cavs team just was keeping up with the Suns offensively, just doing it so well. You talk about obviously Colin Sexton, he was balling. Talk about Isaac Okoro, um, who
Yeah, he's
had a
having a good year for the Cavs.
yeah, underrated good year. Their rookie is having a really underrated, but yeah, really good season for that team. And you can see it on display tonight. The way that the Cavs were keeping up with this Suns team on from the offensive way in terms of transition points, getting their shot, just finding ways to try their best because they know that if they give the Suns any kind of daylight, you know the Suns going to take advantage. The Suns will take advantage, and they had to make sure that they could keep up with the tempo, and that's what they did. And as a result, it led to that battle. And Devin Booker had an opportunity to get a game, but due to great defense, just great
Yeah,
defense with the Cavs mauling him. I think they sent a double team right on him, and he threw up. He tried to throw up some crazy stuff, some like like something like I think Kobe would do, like some fadeaway shot from the three. But he's not
he's
Kobe.
not Kobe.
He's not Kobe. He was going. So he airballed it, and as a result, went to overtime. And
Well,
then
actually, maybe that is Kobe.
Kobe won made that. Kobe won made that. Come on now,
Sure, yeah, make it in Utah.
stop.
He had 3 chances to make it. Airball.
Stop. Why bring that?
You're right.
But
That's not disrespect Kobe.
yeah, and he was a rookie, by the way, so you can't do that.
Well, yeah, I
But
know, and he came back stronger.
yes,
And
he
people
did.
learned to fear him after that in the fourth quarter.
Yep, came back fearing him in the fourth quarter. You know what he did to the Jazz 20 years later? Yeah, here we go. Thanks. But overtime period hit, and the Cavs look like the Cavs of old. They got outscored in that overtime. I think 24-4. I didn't even know you could put up 20 points in an overtime period.
20-4.
20-4. I didn't even know that you could score 20 points in an overtime period. I really did not know that. But again, it's a new NBA, so I guess anything is possible. But
Hey. Devin Booker, CP3, Mikal Bridges, that Suns team.
That's offense. That's offense. That's transition. That's a transition ball game.
Exactly. What can you say?
Yeah. So yeah, the Suns edge out this win in overtime after a great fight by the Cavs for most of this game.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of terrible teams putting up great fights, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, the Detroit Pistons, Hami, Hamadou Diallo, man, did he have a career night for him?
Yeah.
Just straight up balling against this Hornets team. Putting up numbers. I think he had 35 on the night.
Yes, he did.
7 rebounds or 7 blocks?
7 blocks, 7 rebounds. 7 blocks. Yeah, Hakeem.
A lot of people wish they were Hakeem, even Embiid.
Even Dave Robinson.
Don't do that.
I keep on.
Yeah, but this Pistons team was keeping up with this Hornets team for most of the game, and of course you talk about Jaime, you talk about Frank Jackson, who's very valuable, and they had it going, but yet again, this is a Hornets team. You got Melo, Rozier. I didn't see, wait, did Graham play that game? I didn't see much of Devontae Graham.
You said who?
Devontae Graham. I didn't see much of him.
He didn't play.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I didn't see him at all. But yeah, they kept up with this Hornets team, which like you know who's the better at it too. You know who's the better at it too. It came down to the wire, you know what I mean? But thanks to LaMelo Ball was able to ice it with some free throws.
Yeah, and LaMelo Ball had a good game as well.
Yes. And LaMelo's impact on this team is like, can't go on question. He has brought them back into it. Went from us questioning, like when he got drafted, in my mind, it went from me questioning. I was like, how is that backcourt going to work? Like, him, you got to deal with him, Rozier, and Devontae Graham. I'm just like,
well, easy. Bye, Devontae. Did you notice with LaMelo Ball before he got hurt, Devontae was not playing best basketball because he couldn't really fit well. They had to throw him on the bench. They moved LaMelo to the starting lineup. Then LaMelo got hurt. Devontae got back to starting lineup. He started to play a little bit better.
Yeah. Because I was just like, when they drafted Melo, I thought they was gonna move one of them. I thought they was gonna move Rozier or Graham, and then
That's scary Teddy.
yeah, but they did it, and like now you see, but it's actually working with this 3-guard rotation right there. Because well, now with Devontae Graham finally playing well, like they're able to switch it through, make miss like
I know
just
it's gonna be like that now.
not, huh?
Once LaMelo Ball gets really back into it, which seems like he is now, it's back to Devontae being how he was before.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
not that I want that. I'm just saying that's how I see.
Yeah. It's just truths. It's just true sometimes. It things like that happen. But yeah, LaMelo Ball had a great game, and good job by this Pistons team keeping up. But the Hornets was able to just edge out the win.
Yep. Crazy. Detroit basketball. All right. News. You see any of the injury news?
I didn't hear about any injuries. Did you?
Yes. There was Tyrese Halliburton. He's out for the rest of the season, unfortunately.
What is it? Well, he should. Anyways, the Kings weren't going anywhere. But was it like an ACL or something? Okay,
It was.
I said ACL. I'm bugging.
Oh, well, not like real crazy damage, but he's just gonna be out for the season.
Okay. Well, again, the Kings weren't going anywhere, so that's good.
Well, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. The Sacramento basketball team. They weren't going anywhere. There we go.
Yeah. You gotta keep remember that Sacramento basketball team. SGA. It seems like because he's SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's been out for a hot minute.
Yeah, he has been out for a hot minute. I haven't heard much about him in any of the Thunder games.
Yeah, and his foot injury apparently is a little bit more severe. I think he has a tear in it, but it seems to be. So that's unfortunate for him, for his career, because he was on an upward trajectory, and he was playing some good basketball for OKC.
Yeah, see, man, he's a future star. You seen him when he was a rookie on the Clippers. You seen him the moment he came here, came to OKC, and he's gonna, and even though it's severe for his career, I think he's still gonna be on the upward trend even when he comes back. So just take his time to rehab. Still, of course, obviously improve on your game, and trust me, he's gonna be back better than ever. Will OKC begin anywhere? Probably not. But hey, they got some future picks. So probably they could get somewhere sometime.
What do you mean getting somewhere? I mean, if they use those future picks, listen, they got about 30 picks. There's no way they don't get one superstar out of them. There's no way.
Wow. Okay, they can have all those. Well, look at the teams that you just gotta be honest. Well, okay, yes, they could probably get one star, at least one star.
Yeah,
but
or maybe two, or maybe three, and trade the third one away.
Well, yeah, but but let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Talk about certain franchises just horrible and terrible in terms of picking and choosing. Who, like, I gotta be honest, at least somewhere, at least in the draft, they picked one star. Like Sacramento picked.
He's done a great job at just drafting.
Yes, they have done. But hey, sometimes things could go different. Things could change over time.
There's no way with 30 picks that happens. There's no way. Not Sam Press. There's no way.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
This is not the Knicks.
You're right. My bad. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Knicks drafting 30 Eddie Currys. All right. It's all for the news. So let's get into predictions for tonight's set of games. Starting off, Celtics on against the Magic. I think Evan Fournier's first game against the Magic.
Celtics, hopefully.
Celtics. Portland going against the Cavs.
Portland, hopefully.
Portland. The Grizzlies, struggling Grizzlies going against the Timberwolves.
T-Wolves.
Grizzlies. Hopefully. The Wizards going up against the Bucks.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Westbrook. Giannis.
Yeah, I have to agree. Giannis and the Bucks. The Suns going up against the Hawks.
Suns.
I have the Hawks.
Underdogs? I like it.
Yeah. Hawks underrated.
They're really underrated. Yes, they are.
One team is not. The Sacramento basketball team going against the Pacers, rated right where they are.
Indiana.
The Sixers going against the Rockets. Sixers. The New York Knicks going to miss the Denver Nuggets.
Denver.
And lastly, and the only primetime game of Wednesday's lineup, 9 o'clock NBA TV. The San Antonio Spurs going against the Utah Jazz.
Salt Lake City
as well. Spurs trying to get that win back from a few nights ago, which the Jazz won.
So. Yes, but let's be honest, they probably ain't gonna get it.
Hey, we'll see. Anything's possible, right? Right, KG?
Yeah, well, anything's possible. Who's gonna stop Gobert? They got Jakob Poeltl, but they don't got no big that can stop Gobert.
Jakob Poeltl's playing. I don't think he was playing the past few games. Let's see. Gobert. He's not a scoring guy. Come on. He better not like Embiid.
He better be a scorer tonight, to be honest. Because look, he's not Embiid, but there's no true big on the Spurs team. There's no true big on the Spurs team. You better be eating tonight. You got to take advantage of things like this, averaging 11 points in 11.
Kendall Johnson. Anyway.
Hey, man, if you could average 10 points, you could get a contract, I guess.
I think it's time to wrap things up. Daily standings checkup for the remainder month of the season. So let's get into it. As I said earlier, the Bucks are now a game and a half away from the Nets' second seed.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat, with their loss to the Mavericks for last night, are only a half a game ahead of the Celtics in the 7th seed. Besides that, everything looks like
it's good on the East.
Yeah, not much crazy changes to be noticed. The Suns win against the Cavs. Of course, they take back the first seed. The Clippers win, giving them the 3rd seed, replacing the Nuggets, even though they still are only a half game ahead of the Nuggets. So it's a chance there.
Yeah.
The Mavericks are the 5th seed, have the tiebreak against the Lakers, even though they have the same record. That's why they have the 5th seed, with the Lakers being the 6th seed. And the Golden State Warriors, with their loss, are tied with the Grizzlies, but they still do have the tiebreaker and ending with the Pelicans, of course, as I mentioned earlier, 2 games behind the San Antonio Spurs. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, things are shaking up. You see, constant changes. One win or one loss could just shake up everything. That's what it.
Yep. That is it's the final stretch, as we've been saying.
Yep.
It's just gonna keep happening. Let's all right. Did you want to say anything?
Um, I just want to say, look, at man, if it took turning off lights to stop Curry, then man, I know LeBron wished that wouldn't happen in 2015, 2017, and even 2018. You know, shut off lights.
Oh yeah, well, it just would have been luck.
The luck of buckets.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you go ahead and come back to tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, feedback, all that stuff.
And also follow IG and our TikTok down in the description below.
Yes, and of course, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this is my basketball podcast.